Hi, my name is Joel Y, and I am a real estate agent in the state of Kansas. My license number is 00230507. I help people buy and sell real estate. My job is consulting, it's answering questions, it's helping people that want to buy property to look for it, find it, and negotiate a deal for them. And people that want to sell property, it is my job to get it sold for them. And it's good money. I like this job. That's my day job. My other passion is I like to help ordinary people learn how to sell their house themselves. And by ordinary people, I mean not real estate agents. And that may sound like a conflict of interest, but I can see the future. I see every year more and more for sale by owners happening. More and more people are figuring it out that they can sell their homes themselves and save thousands of dollars. So I have learned to adapt to the markets and to help those people that need help to learn how to do it, to sell their house themselves. The two biggest concerns for home sellers are price and time on the market. So knowing this information about what's going on in the market is really going to let you know how long it should take you to sell your house. And what that's going to do, it's going to show you if you've priced your house right or not. So say for instance that the average home in your area is spending 3 months on the market, then you can expect your house to spend 3 months on the market. And if it goes over 3 months, then it's telling you that your house is overpriced, and it's time to maybe start thinking about a price reduction. There's nothing worse than having a house sit on the market for a long time, because then people start to wonder what's wrong with it. They don't understand that it's just overpriced. They think that your house has a problem, and that's why nobody's buying it. Even myself, when I'm working with buyer clients and they want to go look at a house that's been on the market for a long time, that's the first thing I do, is start looking for reasons why it's on the market. And buyers don't understand price all the time. So the longer that your house sits on the market, the more trouble you're going to have selling it, because people are not going to want to buy a house that nobody else wants. For example, in a strong buyer's market, meaning that there are a lot of houses for sale and not that many buyers, that means there's an oversupply, a glut. Adversely, in a seller's market, when there is not enough supply to justify the amount of buyers out there, then prices are going to rise and your house is going to be selling faster. So you want to be prepared for that too. So finally, let's talk about this real estate market. The summer of 2020 is a very robust seller's market. There are some historical things going on right now in spite of COVID-19 and also because of it. So let me explain. This pandemic and the massive unemployment that it's caused around the country has somehow not really affected real estate much. In fact, prices are rising, as I've said. Here in our market, this chart shows just what a seller's market it is. This is just here in Kansas. So the last half of the first quarter of last year, real estate prices rose 6.2%. The first quarter of this year, they rose 7.7% over first quarter of last year. So yeah, it's a very robust seller's market right now. And what's causing all this is just supply and demand. Of course, when you don't have enough houses to sell and you have a ton of buyers, it's going to drive prices up. And on the demand side, there seem to be more buyers out than ever this year. Now there's two things that can be causing that. One is just like a backlog of buyers that can't find homes to buy. So they're just like building up. So you had 10 buyers at the beginning of the season and you had 5 houses for sale. So 5 of those buyers disappeared from the market. And so now you have another 10 buyers, but you got to add the 5 from the beginning of the season to that, and so on and so forth. Could be that, and it's also the historical low interest rates that we're having right now. The interest rates right now are crazy low. In fact, last week I closed a 30-year FHA loan at a 2.75% mortgage rate. That's 30-year, 2.75%. That's just insane. We haven't seen anything like that since the very beginning of the 2009 financial recession. And sometimes when real estate prices start rising for no good reason, the appraisers can kind of hold them back a little bit. I mean, that's their job after all. That's kind of what caused our big bubble in 2000, leading up to the 2009 recession, was houses were appraising it super fast and prices were just out of control, and there was really no reason for it. But in this market, of course, it's inventory driven. I even had an appraiser write last week on an appraisal report that he took into consideration the market conditions and how low the inventory was. Because this house, when we put an offer on this house, I was really worried about the appraisal. But of course, things are appraising now because prices are going up so high. So, you know, if you're selling a house right now, there's never been a better time. And if you're selling a house yourself right now is easier than ever. Like I say, you know, if you get me to list your house, I'm going to come over, sit down with you for 45 minutes. I'm going to fill out some paperwork. I'm going to throw it on Zillow, and I'm going to sell it that day. I mean, it's just like that. But this won't last forever. This low inventory market we have, nobody really knows how long it's going to last. Nobody really knows how long this whole COVID-19 thing is going to go on, or how it's going to shake out in the end. Of course, there's all the government stimulus to consider. You know, if they stop paying all that unemployment and stop pumping money into banks, you know, that could put a damper on the housing market, where we could actually end up with excess inventory like we had in 2009. But I'm not going to try to predict the market. Trying to time markets is a loser's game. But at this moment right now, it's a super seller's market because there's just no inventory out there. There's long lines for houses. Open houses are packed. People are getting multiple offers. There's bidding wars going on. So if you've ever thought about it, now is the best time to sell your house. And if you sell it by yourself, you're going to save a ton of money. And we can show you how to do that. Our website has tons of information on it, tons of articles that I've written about selling your house yourself, how to help you do it. The things that us realtors have to know about, like financing, like earnest money, all those kind of things are in there. And then there's also a link down below that you can get into our members only group that will show you in detail, step by step, how to sell your house yourself. And that's the same thing that when I train new agents, that's pretty much the same thing that I teach them. And right now is the time to get on it and get after it if you ever thought about selling. I mean, and if you have questions about like where to get forms, I mean, that's all answered in there too. You can get all that information for free, or you can pay me a small amount and have it all compacted into one area, whichever way you choose. Just think about selling your house yourself. You'll save thousands and thousands of dollars.